Anthony Hartwig here with a Springfield girls soccer coach's corner with a season preview, joined again by Justin Kosek, the head coach of the girls soccer team over at Springfield. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time again to give us a season preview.
Thanks for having me again. I appreciate talking to you guys and everything you guys are doing for the sport.
You got it, Coach. One of the things I like to do to start these season previews is have a little bit of a reflection on last year. We don't get those postseason, recaps. So, what kind of things did you learn from last year? What kind of things are we taking away from last year's girls soccer program?
Uh, that our district got a lot harder. I mean, that's number one. When you add Poland, Lakeview, and Mooney to a district that already had us, and Waterloo was in there, and Crestview, and some really good teams, United. It was a tough tournament draw last year, and the super districts really don't make it any easier. Um, I think we got a little bit ahead of ourselves last year and started looking at the big picture. And we've always been a program that focuses on the small things. So we've kind of tried to get back to that this year based on how the last 3 years have ended with a district semifinal loss. We want to get past that point this year.
What are some things that the returning players, especially, have kind of done already in the summer to make you confident that they're going to be able to learn from those mistakes that you've already pointed out?
Starting with the seniors, we've met with my assistant coach and I, Gina Vecchio, and we've met with our seniors 5 or 6 times starting in January just to talk about leadership and expectations and what we want from them and to find out what they want from the program and what they expect of their underclassmen. So starting with that, I think that's been a big push for us. Um, Returning wise, I mean, we've got 7 seniors coming back. It's a good number for us, and they're all kind of bought in this year and ready to go, and they're leading in different ways, which is good. Helping out the sophomores. We only have two sophomores, so the seniors and the juniors kind of step up as leaders. We have 5 incoming freshmen that are we're looking for actually minutes from all of them and just helping us out a lot and filling in the holes that we lost with the seniors that graduated last year. Um, I say it year to year, but it's always a different team. I mean, we lost 5 seniors. We have 5 freshmen coming in. That it just creates a completely different team. We have a new sophomore that joined us this year. So just trying to figure out how to play with each other, how to make the runs and talk to each other and communicate and read what's happening and just get along. And that's been the big thing this summer. Like, I mean, we spent a day in Camp Field. We still did our Columbus trip for a weekend, and the bonding and the togetherness that they formed was great. Soccer hasn't been the best so far this summer. We're still waiting for stuff to click, but everything off the field is probably a little bit beyond where we would want it at this point. So we're thrilled with that.
Let's meet that team. Go through your roster. Tell us some of the big names that are returning and some of the big names that you're going to be leaning on, and then some of those new faces that you're bringing into the fold that are going to be big spots in this Springfield team.
Okay. Like I said, our senior class, it's a pretty good senior class this year. We have Ella Perry, Ashley Bellstrom, Macy Isaacson, Riley Blakeman, Ava Vecchione, Emma Sanders, and Hallie Joyce. Um, Most of them have been 4-year players. I know Emma and Ava have started since they were freshmen. I know Macy and Riley and Ashley got a lot of minutes last year. Hallie joined us as a sophomore and started some games that year and started a bunch of games last year for us. So our senior class, we have a lot of experience with them, which is a good thing. The junior class, we also have a lot of experience. I mean, they've been playing since they were freshmen. We have Hannah Stouffer's been starting since she was a freshman. Sammy Schaefer, same thing. Kendall Mon, same thing. Emma Mills is one of our keepers this year. We're probably going to have 2 and flip flop a lot based on what the score is and who's playing and what formation we're playing. But she's probably going to be our starting keeper this year. Adara McLaughlin is a junior that's gone through some injuries in the past. She is really working hard to try to get on the field this year, and we're really noticing a difference in her. Maddie Page was our leading goal scorer last year as a freshman, so she's coming back as a sophomore. Playing a little bit of a different role this year than what we started her with last year, which is good for her. We got her more in a comfortable spot for her. Alyssa Dillon did not play last year as a freshman, but she's joining us as a sophomore this year. So the 2 of them together, I mean, we're hoping for some good things. When you only have a class of 2, you need those 2 to be really good players. So that's what we're pushing for. The freshmen, I've been working with this group since they were in third and fourth grade, so I'm excited to get them. They've been coming to some foot skill sessions. They've been doing travel with us. They've been doing the junior high league that we started, just helping out in anything that they can and just soaking up as much as they possibly can. Ali Guerrero is a freshman. She's going to be on the field, whether it's at keeper or at a mid somewhere. She's going to be on the field for us a lot. Christina Vecchione is Ava's younger sister. She's a freshman this year. I've been waiting to get her for 3 or 4 years now, and I'm really excited. Completely different player than Ava, but Phil Kara Castor is a freshman. She comes with some speed, which is really going to be nice. Brianne Carnahan is the fourth one. She's been another one that's been to all of my stuff since she was in fourth grade. And she's just soaked it up. And we just got to get her to the speed of the high school game. And I think that everything will be really good from there. And then who is my last freshman that I'm missing here? My last freshman, Reagan Peoples. It's always nice to have a left foot on your team. And she has a very strong left foot. So when she starts gaining a little bit more control with the ball, she's going to help us out on that side of the field a ton. And that's my whole roster.
And now that we've met the team, the next thing on the slate is obviously talking about the schedule. This MVAC is very tough in girls soccer. You know that. I think everybody in the conference knows that. How do you expect it to shake up this year? And where are some things that you can see yourselves taking advantage of inside this MVAC this season?
It's over the last 5 years, it's just gotten progressively harder and harder and harder, which is a good thing because it gets you ready for tournaments. I would say 3.5 years ago, Waterloo just kind of completely flipped their program, and they've been a really tough team ever since. They're the defending champions. They're obviously the team to beat. They knocked us off last year twice. We were able to hang with them in the first half, but then the second half of both games, they just took it to us. Barry does a really nice job down with the Crestview girls, and Kerrigan Miller's coming back this year, so I expect them to have a really strong year. Who else is in there that I'm forgetting? Champion. They still have Taylor Kuhn, and they have some other girls that are filled in around her. So I know that they're going to be a tough game. Brookfield, their record has not been good the last few years, but they play us tough every time we play them. It's never an easy game. We have to fight for everything that we get with them. The league has really improved, and I would probably put it up there with any of the other leagues, whether it's Division II or Division III in the area. We're obviously not quite up to the Division I level, but the leagues that are D2, D3, I think our league's right up there competitiveness with them. We just lost Liberty. They just dropped out, didn't have enough players. So we're scrambling for 2 more games. But out of conference, I mean, we play Salem, really tough D2 school. United, Sarah does a great job with them every year, and you just know they're going to be ready to play you. South Range is our opening game, so we always say the next game we have is the most important game of the season. So right now, South Range is the number 1 game we have that we're worried about this year. And then we just added Villangelo St. Joe up in Cleveland towards the end of the season to fill in for one of the Liberty games. That's going to be quite a bus trip, but it's good before the tournament because we get used to that travel and getting off the bus and getting ready to warm up and play a game after a long bus ride. And then I believe Bob Beam, our AD, just texted me a little bit ago. I think that we have secured JFK for our other out-of-league game. So our out-of-league games are getting tougher, and our in-league games each year just keep getting stronger and stronger. It's a good schedule.
With the league getting better, and like you said, your non-conference schedule getting even better this year, how much do you think that's going to help? I mean, you said at the top that this district is getting to be a monster. You're testing yourself every night with these non-conference and conference games. How much do you think that'll help come tournament time? You know, your girls have that experience against high-level soccer teams.
I mean, there's 2 ways to look at it. I mean, you schedule some games that you get the easy wins and you build the confidence, or you schedule the games that you're fighting every week, or every night, like you just said. I tend to think that the more you push the girls and have a couple of tough losses or a couple of really tough wins, just prepares you for the tournament. And we have scrimmages scheduled. We play not Badger, Beaver Local tonight. Next week we have Badger, we have Poland, we have Lakeview. So we've tried to schedule scrimmages up just to see some of these teams and at least get to know them a little bit, so that if we do face them in the tournament, we're more ready for them. We don't just have to rely on film and what other coaches have told us. So hopefully the preseason kind of gears us towards that. And then the regular season gets you ready for the tournament. That's why you schedule the hard games so you can be tournament ready. Like I said, you don't have to be ready August 19th for us. We have to be ready at the end of October.
And you don't have to be ready for the season yet. You have plenty of scrimmages to kind of evaluate your team and to evaluate what you need to do before the season starts. What kind of things do you want to see in the next couple weeks of preseason, your team to succeed at before you get to the season opener?
We need to improve our spacing. That was evident when we went to Columbus 2 weeks ago. We have the new turf field this year. The field is much wider than it has been in the past. And one of the things that we've struggled with the last couple of years is keeping the width of the field. So I know we need to work on spacing and not getting all bunched up and jumbled onto one side of the field. And then communicating is another one. I keep stressing to the girls, I want them to think out loud. If they're thinking it, I need them to say it, because if they're just quiet, we can't correct anything. If they say something and it's not right, at least they're thinking and we can correct that. So, I mean, those are our two big things, the spacing and the communicating, which can always just get better as the season goes on.
We always ask you about the Springfield community that keeps you coming back to coaching every year. I mean, what is it about this Tiger Town, USA that makes it so special and makes you want to keep coming back and being a part of this athletic community?
I mean, it's honestly crazy out here. And I know I've listened to Coach Guerrero talk to you and Coach Jones in the past with volleyball and Matisse with basketball. And we all kind of say the same thing. It's unlike anywhere else. I mean, the support that we get, it's always positive support. And it's crazy the help that you get from everybody if you ask for it. The donations that come in, the volunteering of time and energy and effort, and you get it with everything that we do. And the community just shows up and supports. And it's awesome to be a part of.
Let's talk about the people behind the scenes that you have helping you make this soccer team what it is. We know that you don't do it by yourself. So, who are some people that you have behind you that are helping you make this soccer program what it will be this year?
I mean, number one is Bob Beam. I mean, I believe that we have the best AD in the Tri-County area, if not Northeast Ohio. He is phenomenal to work with. He's easy to work with. He's so laid back and just, hey, we'll figure it out. We don't have to stress about it. We'll figure it out. That's the number one thing that has kind of relaxed this and made it more enjoyable to do. Gina Vecchione this is her second year being my assistant. Her confidence in what she knows and what she is able to tell the girls and help with this year is so far and beyond what it was last year. And it's so much fun to watch her jump into a drill at practice and just kind of explain to some of them what needs changed, how it should be done, or just the positive aspect of what she brings to the team. Emma Mills Emma Mills' sister, Megan Mills, is one of my former players, and she's a volunteer coach for us also. She can't come to much in the summer, but she's been at all of our scrimmages. She's been to a couple of practices, and as we start going in the evening here in another week, she'll start being at everything that we do. She's the second former player that I've had come back and coach with me, and I love that. Even some of the ones that you thought maybe you didn't get through to them, those are the ones that have showed up to coach. And it makes you feel like you're doing it the right way and that they appreciated what you did and they want to be a part of the program, not just the team that they were on.
Before we let you go, Coach, I want you to give the Springfield fans a preview of when your first game is and when they can get out to see the girls soccer team for their first time this season.
Our first game, we are at home on Saturday, August 19th, and we play South Range at 2:00. So that will be our turf opener. Unfortunately, the football team gets them at home the night before us, so Sean gets to open the turf before I do, but we do get our first game of the season on our new turf field.
But you guys get to scrimmage before they do, right? So you get to kind of christen that turf for the scrimmage, right?
Yes, Monday night we have Badger at home, and they don't have a home scrimmage until Thursday. So
there you go. So, both sides of the coin. And if you can't get up for South Range, if you're in the Springfield community and you can't get up for that rivalry, then I don't know what you're doing. So
exactly.
Get out there, support that girls soccer team on Saturday the 19th at 2:00. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today and giving us a good season preview. We look forward to covering you all season, and we can't wait to talk to you again real soon.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you sometime this season.